Hi, friends. Last night, when I was wondering what I was going to do today, I knew that something would come up. The Spirit would reveal something. So I kind of had in the back of my mind that I wanted to maybe go over some psalms because they are songs of praises and they always encourage me when I'm in the valley. So as I was getting ready to go to bed, I said to Phil, I said, honey, what do you think that I need to do next? Because I'm not really sure where I'm going. And he said, well, why don't you look at Psalm 23? So I kind of threw up my hands and I said, okay, God, I hear you. I'm going to start looking at Psalm 23. So what I decided to do was break it down. And what came to me perfectly goes with what I want to say today, from simply the very first verse, which is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. When I was a young bride living on Catherine Street in Bowling Green and still a college student, I decided one day that I was going to go to Edmonton to visit my parents. So I stopped by the filling station that was very near our house and asked them to fill my car up, and they did. And the guy said, well, do you want me to check your oil while you're here? And I said, sure, go ahead, knowing that I probably wasn't going to let him fill it up. But he checked it and he came back and he said, ma'am, he said, your oil is 3 quarts empty, 3 quarts low. And I looked at him and I said, oh, that's okay. I said, I'm going to go see my dad right now and he'll take care of it. He said, how far are you going? And I said, oh, I'm going 50 miles. And he said, are you sure that you don't want me to put some oil in your car? And I said, no, he'll take care of it. I said, it's Bob's. He owns Bob's Auto Supply. He has ever since I was born, which was in 1955. And I said, he's always provided everything I've gotten. If I need a car, he buys me a car. If I need oil, he gives me oil. If I need tires, he buys me tires. So I said, he's always taking care of me and he always will. So I said, I'll be just fine. So I get in my car and I get to Smiths Grove, which is like maybe 15 miles away, and it starts to ping. And then I go about 25 miles and I get to Glasgow and it starts to ping a little bit louder, and I just start turning the radio up. I turn the volume up on the radio. And so then I get to my 50 miles to Edmonton and I pull into where my dad is mowing our yard at our house. And at this time, the music is blaring because it is pinging and knocking so loud. And I see Daddy on the mower as he's getting ready to come and wring my neck. And he says, don't turn it off, don't turn it off, don't turn it off, don't turn it off. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to turn it off. So he comes over to me and he said, what are you thinking? And I said, I didn't say this to him, but I was thinking, my dad's going to take care of me. He's going to have the oil and he's going to put it in my car and it's going to be just fine because he always has taken care of me. I didn't know that the motor was about to blow up. And when he told me not to turn it off, it was because the engine would have locked on it and we would have had thousands of dollars of repairs. But anyway, I always had my daddy to take care of me. And so that's why I said, Daddy will take care of me when I get home. I don't need the oil right now. When I was thinking about the Lord is my shepherd, it's the Lord is my shepherd. The one who was with God in the very beginning, who said, who watched him say, let there be light, and there was light. The one who calmed the storm with 3 simple words, peace, be still. The one who felt power go out from him when a lady who had been bleeding for years touched just the hem of his garment. The one who fed 5,000 with 5 loaves and 2 fish. The one who touched the leper and healed him. The one who put mud on the blind man and he gained his sight back. That man that I read about in scriptures and talk to you about is my good shepherd. He is my good shepherd. He gives me food. He gives me clothes. He gives me shelters. He tells me not to worry. He tells me that if I would consider the lilies of the field and the birds of the air, that I wouldn't worry about what I was going through. His love is unconditional, his mercy is never failing, and his provisions are never ending. Therefore, I shall not want. I shall not want. We're getting ready to go through a transition in the coronavirus experience right now. Boundaries are kind of broadening, and social distancing is going to be changing a little bit. People are going to be going back to work, and things are going to be changing. Rules are going to be relaxed a little bit. There are people that think that we are getting ready to go into another peak, that it's going to be worse than the one that we've gone through. We don't know what's getting ready to happen, but we do know that we have a good shepherd. Not just any old shepherd, not the one that doesn't feed his sheep well, but who feeds them with green pastures, who leads them beside still waters. If we need solace, he is our balm of Gilead. He is the one who is going to take care of us. Are you concerned about how you're going to pay your bills? Are you going to be concerned about how you're going to make ends meet? When we truly can say, if the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, then you're going to be okay. I promise you, you're going to be okay. We need to pray for the president. We need to pray for our governors. We need to pray for the nurses and the doctors and the essential workers that have a hands-on experience right now every day. Yes, we're in the same storm. We're not in the same boat. I've got a boat that's on a little rocky road, but they've got a boat that's in a tumultuous storm. But it is in the same storm. Prayer is what's going to help. Prayer and putting our hands into our lives, into our good shepherd's hands, are what's going to get us through this. Daddy was a good man. Daddy gave me everything that I ever needed and most of what I ever wanted. But I serve a good shepherd who laid down his life for me, who can give me abundantly more than I can ask or imagine. I hope you've prayed today. I hope you've checked in with your dad. The reason my oil was low was because I hadn't checked in on him in a while, and I hadn't given him the opportunity to tell me that it was low. Kind of like my car was knocking. Have you knocked on his door today? Have you told him that you love him? That it's been a while that you've seen him? I hope it hasn't been. I hope you see and talk to him several times a day. I wish I could talk to my dad right now. We serve a good shepherd who loves us more than we could ever imagine, and he never, ever wants us harmed. God bless you all. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's going to be all right because we've got a good shepherd who loves us very much. Therefore, we don't need to want.